first of all. Okay, now. Okay, let's go to the platform. I'm going to show you what you have already in your platform, Neo platform. I'm going to show you, okay? Elizabeth, hold on, just arrived, Victoria. Right, okay. Now over here in your platform, it says folder, like the one you have in the first trimester. Remember, you have to send me some pictures, some scanned documents. Okay, the same thing. So this folder, the word civilization, vocabularies, and assessment that you have done already. Let me click and open it. Okay, it says the students should send the evidence of all vocabularies and assessment from the following lesson that we studied already. Remember, the first lesson of this trimester was geography and early Egypt. Then you need to send me the vocabulary and the assessment that belongs to that chapter. Now the second was the Old Kingdom. You have to send the vocabulary that belongs to that chapter and the assessment from the Old Kingdom. Now the third one, the Middle and New Kingdom. Now in that chapter, you have to send me the vocabulary and the assessment that we discussed, okay? And I ask you to do it. Now
what happened with geography and early India?
Ahí está.
Ahí está. No. Geography and early Egypt.
No, geography and early India.
Wait, it's over here. It's over here. Look, read.
Es que están como...
Look, no. I'm telling you in order. Okay, pay attention, Pinilla. First, pay attention and watch what is over here. Now, okay, geography, early Egypt, Old Kingdom, the Middle and New Kingdom, then the Egyptian achievements, vocabulary and assessment, then the Kush and Aksum, vocabulary and assessment, then the geography, and early India that we study on Friday, the vocabulary and the assessment questions, the one that I assigned it. I assigned it in the ESAI document. Remember, we send you all the information that you need to complete in the ESAI document, okay? And today we're going to study the Vedic society. Okay, to complete this. Now, how many topics are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you have to send me 7 documents. Are we clear? Now, your next week test that is gonna be on Monday is gonna have the value of 30 points, 30 puntos. El test va a tener 30 puntos nada más. ¿Ya? Y entonces dice 20 points. These documents that you are going to send me in this folder, you have to send me all these documents is going to have the value of 20 points. Now 30 más 20 son 50, o sea 5. In order for you to get 5, then you have to you need to do a good test that is gonna have the value of 30 points, and also complete and send me all these documents. All right. Do you have any questions so far? No, teacher, I don't have. Now, listen, el último día de entrega, esos documentos que dice aquí.
30 of August.
Ajá.
Tenemos en total unos 30 días.
Hasta ese día pueden enviar los documentos. Hasta. Comenzamos cuando el otro 17, hoy pueden comenzar a enviarlo. Pero tenemos que...
I'm gonna send you all
primero,
the assessments today.
We need to complete this chapter first. Así que vamos para allá.
Teacher, en total tenemos
al final de la clase vamos a hablar eso, ¿ok, chicos? I need to complete this chapter.
Teacher, so I can send you all the assessments today.
No, when did I say that? Torres, when did I say that? ¿Cuándo yo dije que tienen que enviarlo hoy? Yo le dije que tienen hasta el 30 de agosto. Hoy es 17 de agosto.
No, que si yo puedo.
Tendremos que estar como casi una semana para enviarlo.
Más, tienen 2 semanas.
Como 15 días.
Sí, ok.
Entonces, a lo que me
class, guys. Okay, everybody please be quiet and let's begin the class. Now we are starting this. This is the second part of the Indian civilization, the Vedic society. Okay, let's begin. Now the main idea. A new civilization developed in India during the Vedic period. Este es un periodo que se llama los Vedic, que viene de la palabra Vedas. ¿Qué son las Vedas? Son una especie de libros sagrados de esa religión de los indios. Okay, now let's begin. Around 2000 BC, as the Harappan civilization, remember we spoke about the Harappan last week on Friday. The Harappan civilization was fading, o sea que ya estaba desapareciendo. A new society was forming in India. Otra nueva sociedad estaba apareciendo en la India. Much of what we know about life in this period comes from religious writing known as the Vedas. Que estos son una serie de documentos. Nosotros sabemos de estas civilizaciones de aquel entonces a través de estos documentos, the Vedas. Es el nombre de los documentos religiosos. Now, these are collection of poems, hymns, hymnos, mythos, and rituals that were passed down orally and later written. Now, this is the Vedas. The Vedas, what is the Vedas? Y miren al señor que está aquí, está meditando. The Vedas are a large body of religious texts. Son religious texts originating in ancient India. Son un grupo de documentos religiosos que pertenecen a la edad antigua de la India. Composed in Vedic Sanskrit, está compuesto con esta escritura, Sanskrit. Sanskrit es el nombre del idioma en el cual está escrito, Sanskrit. The text constitutes the oldest layer of Sanskrit literature. De la más vieja de la literatura es el Sanskrit. Es un lenguaje que ya no existe, solamente en India. The oldest scripture of India. Hindus consider the Vedas.
Hola, profe.
Hello, Mr. Poveda, okay. Now, some historians believe that a new group of tribes arrived in the Indus River. Remember, the Indus River was almost in this area. Now, these people arrived in the Indus River Valley around the time of the Harappan's decline. Cuando ya estaba decayendo los Harappan, llegaron estos señores. ¿Y cómo se le llaman? Los Aryans. They call these new arrivals the Aryans, which means noble people. But where did they come from? They come from Europe, from East Europe. They come over here. They were nomads. And they walk all the distance and they arrived here in India. They stayed in this area, in this valley over here. Now, over many centuries, the Aryans spread from northern India, east and south into central India and the Ganges Valley and the Ganges River Valley. There, they established new societies. Other historians, however, disagree with the migrants' theory. They didn't agree with this theory that they migrate from Europe. Instead, they believe that Vedic society developed in northern India, either in Harappan city or further east, and spread over the time. Now, the government and how was the society during those days with the Aryans? As nomads, como unos nómades, no, puede ser nómados son las personas que no se quedan en un solo sitio, sino ellos ubican un sitio y después agarran sus cosas y se van para otro lado, siguen caminando, no tienen un sitio específico. The nomads, los nómados. The Aryans took along their herds, animals as they moved. But over time, they settled in a village. Pero con el tiempo ya se ubicaron en sus villas and began to farm y comenzaron a hacer agricultura. Unlike the Harappans, they did not build big cities. Ellos no construyeron grandes ciudades como lo tenían los Harappans. ¿Se acuerdan que le puse el video donde toda la ciudad estaba cubierta por fortalezas y que los baños tenían retrete, todas estas cosas que lo vimos en el video? Muy bien, pero ellos no, acá los Aryans no tenían nada de eso. Now, the Aryans live in small communities based mostly on family ties. No single ruling authority existed. Instead, each group had its own leader, often a skilled warrior. Okay. Now, Aryan's villages were governed by rajas. El que manejaba o el que era el líder en cada una de estas villas se llamaba rajas. A rajas was a leader who ruled a village and the land around it. Almost many rajas were related. They didn't always get, they didn't get along. O sea que no se llevaban muy bien esas familiares. Sometimes rajas joined force before fighting a common enemy. Pero se juntaban para combatir a diferentes enemigos. Así que esto, a pesar de que a veces no se llevaban bien. Now, as Aryans moved from nomadic lifestyle to an agricultural society, competition for land and water grew, causing conflicts. ¿Por qué? Porque ya de repente un grupo de nomads se ubicaba en un sitio y de repente el otro también quería ubicarse en ese sitio y comenzaban los conflictos. Aryan society at this time was highly structured. Families lived in a community called Grammar. O sea que el jefe del Grammar, que era la comunidad Grammar, era el Raja. Raja era el jefe de ese Grammar. Muy bien. Now let's talk about the language. Por eso que en aquel entonces no había lenguaje, sino todo lo se pasaba de generación en generación. Early Aryans are not known to have had a written language. No tenían un lenguaje escrito. Because of this, they had to memorize the poems and hymns that were important in their culture, such as the Vedas. Por eso que el Vedas es un grupo de libros, una colección de libros que habla de poemas, de himnos, de mitos, de la religión de ellos, okay? Now, this is an example of that kind of, the name of this language was Sanskrit. Now, this is an example of how they wrote these Sanskrits. Aryan's poems and hymns were composed in a language called Sanskrit, the most important language of ancient Indian. At first, Sanskrit was only spoken language. O sea que no había escrito, sino era puro lenguaje oral. Eventually, however, people figured out how to write it down so they could keep record and write down scriptures, which are the base of Hinduism. These Sanskrit records and scriptures are a major source of information about the Vedic society. Now, the main idea, the Aryans practiced a religion known as Brahmanism. Aquí viene la religión que le llamaron Brahmanism. Early Hinduism and Vedic religions. Okay, now let's stop right here. And then we'll continue tomorrow because I have a couple of videos that I want to show you that talks or summarize what we just talked in this chapter. Let me know this is not Aryans over here. Let's pay attention, guys.
The Aryans were warriors that first appeared in northern India about 1500 BCE. Most Aryans were nomadic cattle herders who occasionally practiced slash and burn agriculture. A band of Aryans would slash or cut the trees on a plot of land to create a field. Months later, when the vegetation had dried, they set it on fire. The ashes left from the fire fertilized the soil for a few growing seasons. The Aryans would repeat the process in a new area once the soil had been exhausted. The Aryans did not remain in one place for long, so unlike the Indus River Valley culture that preceded them in the region, the Aryans did not build permanent homes. The Aryans were skilled warriors. Their experience as cattle herders made them able horsemen. Like the Assyrians of Mesopotamia, the Aryans built chariots with spoke wheels which were faster and easier to control than chariots with solid wheels. Their military skills allowed bands of Aryans to subjugate the native Dravidian people and to spread their language and culture to most of the subcontinent. About 1000 BCE, the Aryans discovered iron ore in the Ganges River Valley. The heavy monsoon rains created dense vegetation in the valley. When the Aryans cleared the trees and brush, they discovered fertile land that allowed them to permanently farm along the banks of the Ganges. Within 500 years, the several villages the Aryans had formed had grown into small states. The Aryans spoke Sanskrit, a language that is similar to many European languages, but unlike the Dravidian languages spoken in India before the Aryan invasion. The similarities with European languages suggest the Aryans came through the tall mountains of the Hindu Kush from present-day Afghanistan. However, we cannot be sure, because there are no stories of a great journey to be found in the songs and poems of the Aryan people. The first Aryans on the subcontinent could not read or write, but they did have a rich oral tradition. For hundreds of years, Aryan songs and epic poems were handed down by word of mouth. About 500 BCE, the Aryans began to compose a body of text called Vedas based on their traditional stories. Veda is a Sanskrit word that means knowledge. The Rig Veda is a collection of more than 1,000 poems that survives to this day. The influence of these stories of the Aryan people on the subcontinent is why historians label the period of Indian history lasting from about 1500 BCE to 322 BCE as the Vedic Age.
Okay, guys. So with this, I summarize the first part of the class that talks about the Vedic society, guys. Okay. So tomorrow we'll finish. Oh, sorry, you are A. So on Friday we'll finish this topic.
Okay, but we are also have 5 minutes left.
Excuse me.
We have 5 minutes left.
I'm gonna give you those 5 minutes left. Don't worry. It's a present from me to you in order for you to get ready for your next class, Mr. Gustavo.
Okay.
Mr. Gustavo Alonso Rea. Oh, yo, Mr. Gustavo. Anyway, we have these 4 minutes. Do you have any questions regarding the assignment that you need to complete?
No, teacher, no.
Next week, starting next week, remember, we need to finish this one. We need to finish, first we need to finish the Vedic Society, okay? Any questions?
Ok, teacher, yo tengo una pregunta.
Go ahead.
Sí, ok, ¿desde cuándo van a contar los días tardes? ¿Desde el 30 hacia adelante o desde hoy?
¿Cómo días tardes?
O sea, por ejemplo.
The 30, hasta el 30 de agosto es el último día, ¿verdad?
Ok, ajá.
Días tardes, ¿a qué se refiere?
Por ejemplo, si tú
Yo sé que el trabajo se refiere al trabajo, ¿verdad? Este trabajito.
Ajá, a los assignments.
Aunque sí, hasta el 30 de agosto, del 30 de agosto en adelante.
Ah, ok.
Teacher, lo que yo le estaba diciendo es que no es que yo tenga que hacer todos, lo que yo estaba diciendo es que ya yo tenía todos los assessments hechos, que si yo los puedo mandar hoy.
Es que ustedes todos deben tener, deben.
Entre comillas.
Porque clase dada, clase terminada. A eso me refiero yo, ¿eh?
Teacher, ¿hasta qué hora se va a poder entregar el trabajo?
Ustedes lo pueden entregar, tan pronto, el viernes terminamos este tema, o sea, a partir del fin de semana pueden comenzar a enviar hasta el 30 de agosto.
No, teacher, pero el 30 de agosto, ¿hasta qué hora se puede enviar?
hasta las 12 del día.
Según yo tenía según yo tenía todos los assignments hechos y me faltaron bastantes.
Bueno,
Teacher, según yo
hay
casi,
tiempo,
a mí,
tienen tiempo
teacher,
para ponerse al día, chicos, no se preocupen.
Según yo solo me faltaba uno y ya, pero resulta que me falta medio
bueno.
tema, ya que hice vocabulario, pero no assessment, y 2 temas, vocabulario y assessment.
Ok, ni modo. De todas maneras, yo lo subí con tiempo y quiero explicar.
Teacher, saludos, le
esto
mando a
con
mi
tiempo.
mamá.
Sí, ya yo hablé con tu mamá, tranquilo, no te preocupes, Poveda. Así que, de todas maneras, si tienen alguna duda, los papás, la mamá, me pueden escribir aquí en Neo. Digan a su papá y a su mamá. ¿Entendido, chicos? Bueno, nos vemos pues entonces. Que tengan una bonita semana. Acuérdense que hay que lavarse las manos.
Bye.
Lavarse las manos, nada de abrazar.
Bye.
Chao, pórtense bien. Bye, bye, bye.